Whew. Still weird to do this without punishments. Hey guys, and welcome back to Chronotrigger hard mode. Still getting used to these. I feel like I'm just talking really loud here. We have, again, no punishments today, which is good. We're going to need to kind of keep our nose clean to get through Magus's castle without any problems. So let's go ahead and navigate through without talking to anybody, because they'll kill us, and we don't want that. And then we are going to go outside and do a quick save before we try and go fight Slash again. Hopefully with better results this time than last week. So let's go get that quick save in. We're gonna look over everybody's equipment as well real quick and just be sure. So let's start with a shelter. We got 9 of them, so we can kind of be spendy right now. And we're gonna want to go in at full everything. So okay, so here, best helm, best vest, got the silver stud. Iron helm's gonna work, Titan vest is gonna be just fine. Hero medal's key, gets him that crit on the Masamune that we're gonna want over and over again. She's got rock helm, maiden suit, and the best bow, and speed belt we definitely found out last time was the best choice. So, okay. Let's get that save in real quick. There we go, and head back into the castle. The tortured noise in the background, man, it gets me in this place. This, like, way off distant laughter. Ugh. They did such a good job with Magus's castle in general. Like, this place is creepy and just excellent. The boss battles are all hard. It's a really good time. Alright, let's get through this dialogue again with Slash. Relieve us of this misery! And again, this is, you know, it's easy. Against the basic battles here, you're not really too worried about it. You're just going to go and immediately ice water them. It kills almost everything in this castle. And the things it doesn't kill immediately, it makes it much easier to get to them. So, taking a little bit of damage though on our way to Slash, which is obviously not what we want after it went so badly last time. But we're gonna stay with Mech Strike. We're really just gonna stick to basic attacks, especially for the first part of the combat. Bam. 60 experience, 5 tech points, 450 gold. Woo! How did you get past my cadaver pals? Okay, I'm going to click through this little speech. We heard it, if you didn't hear it from last week, please go back and watch last week so you can watch me die utterly to Slash here. It was not a good showing on my part. You'd have fit right in with those bony fellows you just busted up, not those busty fellows. Okay, so we're going to mash X for the majority of this fight here. And then as soon as people get attacked, Marl's going to be healing them. So that's the game plan, at least for right now. Is really just to get in there and do the normal attacks for our relevant damage dealers. There we go. And glue Marl to some aura here. Nice. Chose the right guy. I noticed when I was rewatching my video this week that I shake my head like this a lot. That's me dancing to the boss music, because all of the music in this game is amazing. It's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Alright, so we'll get Froggy healed a little bit so that they can keep on swinging those swords. But yeah, I know I've talked about it quite a bit, but really a majority of why this game is just as good as it is, and I think why it sticks in so many people's heads, has a lot to do with the music. And you don't really have to take my word for it. If you can just Google Chronotrigger here on YouTube, you'll immediately come up with all sorts of different things. I highly suggest the Black Omen remix done by NPC, by the way. It's very good. Although there's a lot of other things. Guido has an entire album, like acid jazz remix of everything in Chrono Trigger. There's so much good Chrono Trigger music out there. And of course, r/Chrono Trigger, the subreddit, is always full of that. That's probably the #1 thing that shows up, is just this one acoustic remix of this song, blah, 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 including several ones you'll hear in this castle, actually. So we're keeping this one simple. It's going pretty well so far, much better than the original time. I'm probably healing too much with Marl. I'm a little bit nervous after the last time we wiped, and I'm really trying to keep everybody up here and at full health. So I could be sneaking some extra damage with some ice from Marl, those kind of things, maybe some ice swords, but instead we're just going to really make sure that everyone stays alive, especially for this first fight. Playing conservative. Really conservative, not spending any MP and healing all the time. 288, nice. Ooh, enough to finish it off, alright. So that got through the first fight a lot smoother than we did last time, so that's definitely a good thing. So let's do this with the sword. He does get much faster with the sword. You'll actually see when we get it, if we do get it. If we do get it, you'll see that the sword actually gives whoever wields it speed +2, which is why he gets a little bit quicker. Okay, so we'll actually wait for an aura whirl here, and really just keep Frog straight attacking the whole time. The real goal here is to make sure that Frog is just attacking all the time, and if that just means that I'm aura whirling until the end of time, that's okay, provided we can keep Frog alive, and he keeps on dealing that 300 damage a turn, because that's just huge. And that's a slash for all three of us. So we're going to do the same thing again here. And just keep on aura whirling to keep everybody's health up. It's a boring way to run a boss fight, but it's still probably the best way when you're talking about your people being so underleveled like we are. And Frog is just way out racing Chrono now. It's interesting. But Aura Whirl is still at this point healing us pretty much up to max health whenever we use it, so it's doing really, really good. So even if this is just a slow slog of, okay, Frog, deal 300 damage, you know, it's not going to be that bad. Get Marl to heal herself real quick. And we're starting to get to the point where we're getting fast enough that we can attack the Frog and Chrono, and I don't feel like we're too far behind here, although we will throw an Aura Whirl out now that we've all been hit by the slash. So, doing pretty good this time. I'm feeling fairly confident. We're probably not that far through Slash yet, just because we're taking the slow route through this. And we're not getting guaranteed crits with Frog. What is that about? I mean, they're never guaranteed, but, you know. We'll throw out an Aura Whirl there, because we got double slashed. And he really just goes to the different corners. He's just kind of, you know, picking those angles for Slash, which is actually better for us than it would be otherwise. Let's go ahead. Yeah, because he just did it to her. So we'll just do a quick heal on Marl and keep Chrono's sword swinging. And Froggy's never stops. That's the key. Cool. Okay, and we've made him mad enough now that he's starting to use spin cuts, which is where it starts to really hurt. So we're going to keep the swing in there, and then we're actually going to go down and use Cure, which is something you haven't seen a whole lot of at this point, but we do have it, and it's going to heal Chrono up the full amount as opposed to, yeah, just the 120 or whatever we're getting from Aura. Go back to Aura real quick, because we only took one hit. And this is really more about MP conservation. I could be just doing Cure time and time again, and I probably would if I wasn't playing through on hard mode. But really, R is good enough most of the time, because you're only looking for that 100, just to keep yourself at top conditioning. Again, if we were leveling, it wouldn't be an issue, because we'd be taking so little heat, basically, that it wouldn't even be a problem. Because we'd have much more HP at this point. As it is, our max HP is barely enough to survive some of this stuff, so. Oof. And that got Froggy down real low. We'll probably throw another R out on him, another Cure out on him, because he'll probably get hit again. in the meantime, because that didn't heal him all the way up. And he needs to stay alive. As we saw last time, him dying is not an option. Okay, so we'll throw a cure out for Frog. Get him back up to full. Ow. Okay, so we really need to get an Aura Whirl off here real quick. We'll do that and keep on swinging with Frog. And we're starting to get to the point where he's dealing enough damage that Aura Whirl's not fully healing our people. So, actually, that went pretty well. I thought Marl would still have a little bit, but that didn't go badly. Come on, Frog, we really need full attacks here. Ooh. Okay, so again, Aura Whirls all day. And we're starting to fall a little bit behind here, so we might actually have to use Frog to heal for a round. 296, especially now that we finally hit. I know I talked about counterattacks a lot last time. He actually does counterattack. He hits counterattacks only when he's mad at the end of the fight, right now. So that's where I was confused last time. I remembered him having a counterattack, and then I was confused that it didn't happen. So we're actually going to use Frog's heal as well here, just kind of take a round to recoup, because he's down to 11. He's going to lick himself. I mean that in the nicest way. Alright, and then we're going to keep on swinging with Frog here. Swing with Chrono as well. And we're going to throw another cure out for Frog here. Ugh. So there we go. And hopefully we can get a quick cure in on Chrono. No. Okay, so now we got a dead Chrono, we got problems. But we are still just going to kind of keep it going with the people that we do have here. Oh, yeah! Sorry you couldn't be there for that Chrono. But we did get the 500 experience points, 10 tech points, 1500 gold. Marl's going to level up, so that's excellent. Whew! I was feeling a little bit antsy there at the end when Chrono died, so I'm glad we got through that this time. Unbelievable! But falling in the line of duty for Magus leaves me with few regrets. Okay, so we get his sword. We're going to immediately equip that. One of my favorite swords in the game. Slasher, great damage, speed +2 for Chrono as well. So that's just absolutely huge. And then we are going to go ahead and save real quick. I don't feel like we actually need to waste a shelter here at all. Other than Chrono not having any HP in the world to speak of, we're actually in very, very good shape. Because we really didn't spend much MP on that fight, with the exception of Marl doing a lot of Auras and Cures, which really is not going to hurt us. Unless it does, in which case, well, you know. Resources get you again. Now, you'll see me just running all these combats. They're all mandatory combats. You can try and sneak through the side. It doesn't matter. So that's just stuff to keep in mind for that. But this is an opportunity to heal Chrono real quick. And then we'll start swinging Frog Sword. Ooh. So you'll see that this is basically, he wasn't joking about the 100 bot monsters in his castle, or in Ozzy was saying that for Magus's castle. He wasn't joking about that. This is just going to kind of be a gauntlet of guys, and they're all mandatory combats for the most part. You can't avoid most of them. So it's really just going to be combat-centric here going forward. There we go, as we keep on running. But it does get worse and worse as you go through, so. Okay, so we'll attack with him, and then, like I was saying last time, Ice Water is your best friend. It's just going to straight kill everything that we run into. Mix a little bit of ice, mix a little bit of water, and voila, your first slash all to just kill everything. Hey, and Froggy got a level up. Excellent. There we go. So this is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting as we get into the sorcerers. Marl is getting a little low on MP, so we might have to actually slug through some of these combats, but... Bam. That's why I was saying it gets a little bit interesting with the sorcerers. You do actually... They heal from, I believe, all magic, so you have to kind of be careful with that. It was probably a waste of MP for me to do that, actually. Okay. And we're going to have to throw out a quick Aura Whirl while we're just dealing with one guy. And Froggy's the main damage dealer anyway, so he's going to get it done for us. It sucks to kind of have Chrono relegated to the background like that, but really, I mean, when it comes to him doing the 300 damage and Chrono swinging for 100, it's really not a comparison. So, got a mid-ether. We're going to be using those, for sure. Okay, so here's where you ice water, and you're really going to save Chrono until afterwards, because he's got to swing at the sorcerers. But you ice water to get rid of the other 4 guys, because that's going to be huge. And we'll go for the sorcerer on the right, as they heal the whole team. Not that it matters, because we're going to kill them all in one hit. So yeah, there's a lot of people, they'll tell you to take different people into Magus's castle. For the body of the castle, this is great. I'm going to do the same team for the actual boss fight with Magus as well. That's a little bit more contentious, and you'll see why when we get to Magus. He does things that are very element-based, so having 2 people that are both water can hurt you, at least a little bit. Although if you're not playing through on hard mode, you can just level to the point where you get Glacier, and then it's not a problem anymore. You can kill him in a very few amount of hits. I grow tired of this. Slash! Flee! Sorry, Ozzy, but they can't help you now. You fly-eating, tongue-flicking... Ozzy's in a jam. Thou canst not run. Got one misdrove. Alright, so we're going to throw that onto Marl here real quick. There we go. Before we run through the next gauntlet of guys here. Okay, so run under the soft plates, don't run into them. Welcome! And if they're even a little bit down, it does hurt, so you gotta be careful when you're going through, but they go pretty slow, so it's not really a big deal. We got a Dark Mail, we're gonna throw that onto Frog, actually, real quick. There we go, and he's already got a Titan Vest, so we're good there. Okay. And I can make that one. Haha! Mwah ha ha! How's this? I'll crank faster. Does get a little bit harder when he does that, but still not super difficult. Oh, I say as I get hit twice. Erg! What the? Impossible! Impossible! There you go. We got a Doom Finger, so if we were rocking with Robo, he would get an upgrade there. And here's where we start getting back into combats that would be avoidable. So let's start using these. You can kind of hide down here. I don't think I'm going to get through with no combats. We'll see. Oh, kind of doing this as slowly as possible here. There we go. And yeah. Okay. Through with no punishments. I'm all for it. I used to have it memorized where I could go through here and where I couldn't. I don't anymore, and I could technically avoid that, so this will be a punishment. Yeah. And I'll probably get another one besides, actually. So we'll throw out a random attack with Chrono. Not a big deal. If we get lucky here, we'll get a save point. So we'll probably use the shelter just to get Marl her hit points back, because we got 8 more shelters. Really not hurting for him, at least at this point. Bam! 600 damage to all of the skeletons. 72, 6 tech points, 540 gold, and Marl gets a level up from a combat we weren't supposed to have. So this becomes a guessing game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad I fell in the basement, because I need that Lapis right there. It's very, very important, because it's going to heal 200 HP for each of our people, which is far and above anything we have at this point in the game. The barrier that I just got, also super important. And down here, there's a magic tab, which we're gonna, as usual, throw right at Marl's face. If we remember how items work, that is, or how menus work. Those are both of those things are things that we struggle with. Okay, so there we go. Got the magic tab. Gonna throw that at Marl. Just keep our healer as up to snuff as possible. Now, if I remember correctly, okay, this is a bit of a guessing game here. You can kind of look at them and see. I want to say to the right. Ah. I'm gonna have punishments for maggots. This is no good. That's two. So these things, you don't hit them for very much. They're kind of like the acids and the alkalines we saw in the future. Really, they don't do much. They're kind of just an annoyance. It's this game's version of, what is it called? The fantasy trope you see everywhere, where chests and save points can become bad guys. Mimics, that's what they're called. So that's basically what you're dealing with here. They're just kind of a nuisance. They don't even really attack. They just cause me punishments. 432, 6 tech points, 300 gold. Froggy gets a level up, so that's good. And I have people tell me, they're like, hey, you should do walkthroughs so you can avoid this stuff. I don't do that on purpose. It's so I get these punishments, because I really feel like I'd be being disingenuous if I, kind of looked it all up and was like, okay, well, here and here. Although, to be fair, I do believe that those guys actually are random each and every time, so that's a walkthrough wouldn't have necessarily helped me there. Alright, but we got everybody back up to full HP and MP, no problem there. What I can tell you is if you catch the save point, the one you want is directly across from it, so I shouldn't have any more punishments here, unless I fall down another hole. But I think everything stays the same, so there we go. And I believe it's just walk around the outside now. Oh... Nope. My memory serves me poorly. Yeah, and another punishment. Excellent. Oh, I really thought I was going to get through today without having any too. I even thought I'd pack it up after that first gauntlet. I was just like, yeah, we'll call this an episode. I should have called it an episode, although I would have just had the punishments from the next one at that point. But I think that we are going to get the maggots next episode, and on top of that, I'm going to have at least 3 punishments it's looking like now. So hopefully we're not doing anything too ridiculous while I'm trying one of the hardest boss fights in the game. We'll see. There we are. Okay, so not that one, which means that this one is the save point, and this one is the teleporter. There we go. Go down this way, go down this way, go down here, go across, and go around. Urgh! What the? Impossible! I'm always sad that I can't crank the crank. Okay, so we run into Ozzy. We're actually going to stop right here before we get into even more punishments, because I'm over my 20-minute guideline that I try and do here. So, okay. So, really thought we were going to get through Magus' Castle without any of the punishments. That did not end up being the case. So, we've got 3 to roll. Let's get right to it. I don't want to take up too much of your time here. There we go. I tried to make that all pretty. I totally failed. There we go. Okay. So, first roll here. 3 and 2 is going to be 5. The moment I was dreading has come to pass. That is number 5 here, Miley Cyrus battle music. So we're going to have to dodge copyright claims at the same time that we have to put up with Miley Cyrus instead of the awesome battle music that you spent a lot of this episode ranting about, actually. Second punishment, let's do that. Oh, I'm no good at aiming cameras. 14 here is going to be push-ups equal to the encounter counter, which is getting up there. I wouldn't say it's to the point where it's difficult or I'm worried that I'm going to be embarrassing myself yet, although we will get there eventually. But yeah, push-ups to encounter the encounter counter, and then one last one here. 5 and 11 is 16, which is something that these dice absolutely love to roll. It is, once again, Ice Cube head melting. So we're going to have the Ice Cube head melting, which means that I'm going to have to figure out something else for headphones next week. We will also go ahead and be worrying about Miley Cyrus for the battle music, which is going to be fun to work out. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do that. And then number 3, of course, we will be doing push-ups. 24 of them now that we had the encounter counter up to 24. So thank you very, very much for sticking with Chrono Trigger hard mode, guys. I don't know if I have a kitty and a wife situation right over here that needs your attention. Look at that. Isn't that just the cutest thing in the world? Oh. Thanks for sticking with Chrono Trigger hard mode, guys. We will see you next Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.